hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to Vaught-Hemingway Stadium, home of the Ole Miss Rebels. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 25th ranked team in the land, the Ole Miss Rebels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Rebels offense will get the first possession of the game. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, and these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names, you know, brand versus brand, big-time baller versus big-time baller, trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
The Rebels in the hurry up. Guys, let's take a minute and talk about Ole Miss. They climbed into the top 25. Nothing has been given to these guys, but they're quickly becoming a problem for everybody else.
Well, they are, and they earned that number beside their name. They've played really, really well. The question is, now can you keep it? David, how many times in the past have we seen a team outside the top 25 finally get ranked and then get blown out the very next week?
And there's not a lot of difference between 25 and 45 a lot of times. So many people close together. So earn that ranking and try to keep climbing.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick? Trading, using his quickness and using his strength to get him to the ground, that is a baller.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. And the Rebels will line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. First one of the day is booted away. They ran him out there 4 times in the victory last year. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. So Alabama's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And after that performance last week, Jesse, it'll be interesting to see if they can get the big tight end as involved as he was a week ago.
He really did. He was good out in the field. He was good down near the red zone. He's a matchup problem that you know this quarterback is going to be trying to find early in this game. The defense has to have a plan for him, David. It'll be interesting to see how they try to defend him.
Right, and that's the problem. It's so hard when your best playmaker is a tight end to plan for him, because how you treat him is everything, and they can still run the football with him, and they can still throw it to him, and he's just a nightmare matchup. And, you know, you want to slow him down, like make some of those easy touches a little bit harder for him, but you know he's going to get hits.
Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line of this.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Right on the money. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
How nice nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
And that third down pass had some serious juice, but they couldn't hook up. Wanting to move the chains. Here comes Alabama on fourth. Pulls it in, the first down and more. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there. Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
What a nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back, you get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with it.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. On target over the middle. And tackled there by the defense. When you reach this point of the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You're the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer. Getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
And here they come going for the first down on 4th and 2. Using his feet. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
Yeah, and this offense definitely, they want touchdowns. And you talk about being great on offense. It's executing in the red area, executing on third down. They executed really well. Now set up with high percentage. First and goal from the 2-yard line.
After getting knocked back, it's second and goal from the 4. He'll take it himself. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Lofts one high and deep. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Behind the chains now on second and long. Off play action. On target to the left. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one. The Rebels will hustle to the line.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Find some fresh air. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice gain before the defense is able to stop it. And the Rebels can really attack on this 2nd and short. Rides the back on the option to give. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
Really nice play. When you talk about Alabama and their dominance on defense, especially in recent years, it all starts up front. You have to have disruptors playing on the defensive.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. They go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. It's complete on the right side. On the move at the 30. Lots of room to run. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep.
And that's a good lesson for quarterbacks out there. When you're throwing to your running backs, if you get to them early and they've got some space around them, they can do damage. And that's exactly what happened there. These guys are trained to be great once they have the ball in their hands. He makes people miss. He shows you the speed, and it's a big chunk play in the pass game.
The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Third and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. And they decide to trot out the kicker.
Number 15 on the field goal.
And this one is perfect. That'll bring him to within 4. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Big one this week in the SEC. Heck, they're all big ones in that conference. Oklahoma is trailing, but don't tell me this team can't come back. I once saw Jalen Hurts lead the Sooners back from 28-3 down. We'll see what they're made of today. They're trailing by just 4 to Vanderbilt. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have SEC fans buzzing all week. Guys?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Alabama pushing the tempo. If you're going to play Bama tough, you're going to find out really early if you can handle the running game.
They're going to check your chin. I mean, they're going to come in and they're going to give you a steady diet of it. Even when they've had great quarterback play and spread the ball out, it's still a physical principle. They're going to make you stop the run. If you can't stop it, it could be a long game.
A big third down coming, and hotty-toddy, gosh almighty, this crowd is ready. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Pulls it in. It's Ali. Quick step and go. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Up-tempo for the offense.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy at second down.
And that doesn't happen very often. That's their go-to guy. I love the way they move him around the field, and they try to attack the middle with him to get the ball in his hands and let him do some damage. And he shows you the drop. Okay, it's in there, but it doesn't happen very often.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, you've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking to throw again. Looking for the goal line. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. Looks as if he's going to run it. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown tie.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score. A little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. Got it in the middle. It's high. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. The Rebels racing to the line in the hurry-up. Wants to go up top on first down. And some room to work. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
Boy, this defense is ridiculous. On point. They know how to rush the passers. Multiple guys getting it done. 5 sacks, and we are still in the first half.
This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Off the play fake. Snagged in the middle. It's Marks. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. And the Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. They go to the wide receiver screen. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They're dealing in with a 2nd and long.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
The give on the option. Using that running game to bludgeon forward. He's got 4 down to the 35. 3rd and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Marks. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. 1st and goal, and this feels like their chance to make a game of it. Whistle blows, we are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. The Rebels have it with a 1st and goal. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
This is what you love to see from your red zone defense now. You're making the opponent go backwards. Really nice stop on the run, a TFL. Now you got a big 2nd down. Here probably expecting the offense to throw it with a little bit more room to work with.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. Wide out trying to get it in. Needed one more turn of the legs to get it in there, and he's denied just inches away from the touchdown. You can't afford to squander these opportunities once you get into the red zone. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
One thing you know about this team is they've got a lot of fight in them, and that's a great job responding by the offense on that last drive, capping it off with a really good-looking touchdown run. This is now a 1-possession game. We've got a lot of football left to play.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they close the deal, pushing their way inches into the end zone. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. Wants to throw on 1st down. With the catch, it's Ali. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. To the air on 1st down. Rushes on him. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, he'll throw it. Unloads to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He's got the tight end. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
And it's on 3rd downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Complete to the right. Brought down at the 31. It is a 1st down.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several 1st downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Plenty of time in the pocket, and he'll sling it out to the left. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. After coming up with back-to-back explosive plays, here they are 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bama!
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the 1st half.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. There he goes. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on 1st down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Looking downfield, and time is running short. Grabbed in the middle. It's Kendricks. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. And it's good from 58 yards out.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Looking to throw on 1st down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the 1st half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A memorable 1st half of football so far today at Oxford. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big, fat W. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Vaught Hemingway.
We're just about ready to start the 2nd half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes that Alabama offense. They had this lead to start the 3rd quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the 1st half. And so this 1st drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the 2nd half.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Got it behind the line. It's high. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. And the Rebels want to move quickly. From the gun. Give on the inside. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down. Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Looking downfield on first down. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And this offense continues to struggle to get this guy the football. He's one of their best players. Coming into this game, they knew he was a big key, but they just haven't been able to link up. They try another shot down the field to no avail. That's a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard.
Here they come up to the 23-yard line, not thinking field goal, wanting to convert this third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Marks. Touchdown, Rebels! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
The quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover. So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. They'll run the RPO and pull it right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short game.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Wants to fire on second down. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. Made a defender miss. Hits the afterburners. Touchdown, Alabama! He got a step and just dusted the field.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he knocked that one. Down the middle. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, you could make a case this is the game of the week in the SEC. Oklahoma is down right now, and that's unusual for this program. Those fans in Norman expect excellence. Let's see if they can provide. Mark, this team needs. They're trailing by just 4 to Vanderbilt. Just another week of SEC football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 after the 29. The Rebels are in the hurry-up.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Off play action on first down. Fires to the wideout. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. When you play at a place like Alabama, you have to live up to the legacy of the Jonathan Allens, the Daron Paynes, the Marcel Dariuses when you play on that defensive front.
And the funny thing is, Reese, I can keep going. Quentin Williams, Will Anderson, like the list goes on and on and on. Just elite-level recruiting on the defensive line, on the edge, is how they built this dynasty at Alabama.
From 56 yards out, what a power leg. Never a doubt about that one.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Bunch formation for these receivers. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. All kinds of room to the right. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
And it's now the 2nd time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on the extra point. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board.
35, Ole Miss, 22.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker, who is so important to this team.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. The play action fake. Throws for the tight end. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out.
On the set.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed.
And coaches and players, a lot of times, they call it instincts. But it's just a knack. It's just a feel. It's something that's inside of you. And this guy consistently feels where the ball's going. That's interception number 8 on the season.
Here's the handoff. Hard running there. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down. And listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
Alabama quickly back to the line.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. They'll try the run. Shakes off the defender. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Second and goal coming up. Trying to punch it in. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
All right, so now you're in this third down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here. I like maybe trying to get the quarterback outside on the perimeter and give him a run-pass option.
I like that, too. Get the quarterback on the move. And here's the thing. If I get close and I get stopped, it's fourth down. Fourth down means go for it. That's all that means now today in college football.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. No signs of any kind of kickers. They'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. Unleashes to the end zone. Fires into traffic. Intercepted.
Well, the good news is after that second pick of the third quarter now for this guy, they're still winning the game, but they are living dangerously right now. And they can't expect to hold on to that. This guy keeps making bad decisions like we've seen here now in the first period of the second half.
Man, it's got to be frustrating because you always talk about taking care of the football, and you've got to lead in the second half. You need your quarterback to play smart.
Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's high. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Now facing a third and long. He's looking to pass. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. And the Rebels will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. Here comes that Alabama offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win in David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
They'll snap this one from the 42. It's first and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's Ali. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
He's got him. Turning it on. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals. using the quick game. Touchdown time! And they take it in for 6 more points. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he made the extra point without problem. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Interesting matchup this week in the Big 12 today. In fact, they're all interesting this season. Houston is just getting blown off the field right now in H-Town, and at this rate, I'm not sure this won't get worse. They're trailing by 20 to Hawaii. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this Big 12 Clash of the Titans. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Leaves it with the back. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29. The Rebels headed quickly to the line.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Got enough for the first. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain. Grabbed behind the line. It's Kendricks. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the third. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. He sends 2 wideouts right, 2 to the left on 2nd and 9. They'll run play action. Unloads to the wideout. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
We've seen throughout the course of the season, defenses have had their hands full with this quarterback. He's simply one of the best in the country. But what can you say about this defense here today? They have gotten after him, registering multiple sacks, and they've never let him get into a rhythm.
He finds a dead spot in the middle. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. And the Rebels are rolling down the field.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's a big-time moment. In the fourth quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
The Rebels with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. Knocked down at the 25-yard line, picked up 10 there, and gets a first down. And the Rebels kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. To the air on first down. Finds his big tight end. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening first and goal from the 9. The Rebels had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. They'll move the tight end. They'll use the running game on first and goal. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. And the Rebels want to pick up the tempo. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
lining up for the PAT.
On for the extra point.
Right down the middle. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run.
Ole Miss 29.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Leaves it with the running back. Can't get him to the ground. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the back. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the...
Breaks into the open. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
But I'd say, well, the defense has really contained that quarterback run all game long. But in a big spot in the fourth quarter, they let him out of the cage. He gets out of the pocket, makes the run, and gets the first down.
Looking to throw on first down. Looking to scramble. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Alabama with a 1st and 10 here.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with the lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football.
Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short. Quarterback making checks. They'll go up top on 2nd and short. Fires to the tight end. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. Now on the move. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then
lets it fly deep downfield. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10. The Rebels moving quickly to the line.
I tell you, this quarterback has just been in a great rhythm all game long. With that last completion, he's now over 300 yards passing.
Ball for them. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. Just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Rebels! A Lazarus-like comeback is underway.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that, and he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners when he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. They got one of the touchdowns they needed, and they'll try to get the ball back right now with the onside kick.
Yeah, and a great job by the receiving team. When you see the football kick, man, you got to be smart how fast it's coming, if I'm ready to catch it, if it needs to go to the next wave. Nice job being organized, seeing it, and executing well.
Making side adjustments here. Wants to go up top on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Back to pass on second down. Wide open downfield. And the runner is down, and so is a flag.
Pass interference. Offense.
A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. To the air on second down. Showing the arm strength down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Quarterback could not have walked that ball. Placed it into the hands of his receiver any better. That was a perfect throw. Wide out, deep downfield. You got to finish the play.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the fourth quarter.
You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They closed the gap on their last drive. Now an opportunity to take the lead if they can score here. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Looking to throw on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. From the gun, wants to pass. He's taking the deep shot. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
Man, you gotta love this defense. Being dialed in, being ready for the pass late in this football game when you needed a stop, playing tendencies, breaking on the football, 3 straight incompletions. Way to rise up by this defense.
Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on fourth down. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. Fires to the wideout. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Great place to start for this offense. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Bama! They tack on another score, and how about the way this team has responded to a loss and now about to move to 9-1. He's got the two-point conversion, and they build on that lead.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Offside, defense.
So the offense will decline that penalty after the big play. I don't think the pressure's going to get to these guys. This is when it's fun. Late in the game, down one score, gotta have it right now. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Wants to go up top. Makes the catch. It's Bickley. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Right down the middle. Finds his man open. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining. And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. Touchdown, Ole Miss! And here they come, almost all the way back.
Well, the good news is you scored a touchdown. You made this a one-possession game. The bad news is you got to get the ball back. So if you're the head coach, you got to start thinking, how are we going to do that? Are we going onside kick, or do we trust our defense to give it back to the O?
And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
There he goes. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. The defense uses a timeout, and we are down to 11 seconds left to play. Inside the 30 at the 29, it's a 1st down. They get the timeout called, 11 seconds remaining to play.
Timeout, Alabama.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Reads it, fires complete. Headed to the end zone. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. The Crimson Tide rolling on the ground, tries to keep momentum going. Time to find the end zone. And he gets it into the end zone for the touchdown, and it's not just a touchdown, it is a dagger in this game.
Some would say run out the clock. Some would say I don't need to add points. But here's the thing. It's your job to stop them on defense. Now, listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game, but the offense did their job.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. looking downfield on first down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. It's picked off, and that's number 10. And he is brought down after the interception, and the clock strikes 0 here in the fourth quarter. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off.